Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a bonus reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Libra, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Libra, I'm doing a special reading that is based on a guided meditation that I did a few years ago during my spiritual awakening. It was a video that I saw on YouTube that had to do with messages from your future self and your future self thanking you for everything that you're going through in the present moment, all of the challenges and trials and tribulations and heartbreaks and successes and whatever it is that your future self looks back on this moment and is so grateful for everything that you're learning at this time. And I thought that would be a beautiful reading to do for all of you. I want to show you this crystal that I have on my desk for these readings, this series of readings. This is Prehnite, and it has some epidote inside of it. And this is a very good crystal for retrograde time. So at the time that I'm filming this, we're going through Mercury retrograde. Just had the solar eclipse, and although these readings are timeless, I'm still working with the conditions that I'm working with now, and I wanted to make sure that the messages were as clear as possible. I'm excited to show you two new decks that I got. Your overall energy will be the Healing Heart Oracle and this brand new beautiful deck by James Eads called the Mira Visions Oracle and Tarot deck, and it's a lenticular deck, so each card has two images on it, so it's pretty cool. And for any clarifications, any further clarifications, I'm just going to be using the always reliable Mystic Mondays. So cards have been pre-shuffled, and we're going to see what we can see for Libra. Please, spirits, angels, guides, what messages do you have for Libra? Thank you. Beautiful energy. Haven't gotten this one yet. Number 22. Cautious heart. Have enough wisdom to get back up. Cautious heart. Have enough wisdom to get back up. Immediately, we see an underwater scene, but I see all of these shells almost as somebody had pieced them together from bits and baubles and remnants that they found, and then they glued them together to create something completely brand new. And I think that might be the theme, right? That if something has kind of battered you recently, that's number one, spirit is with you and protecting you, the number 22, as they always are, but they have kind of, I see them having their hand in it, right? Like that, your angels are not here to interfere. At the same time, they might be subtly pushing you back onto your path if you've found yourself a little wandering. If anything, it just shows resilience to me. There's these beautiful green emerald hues, and whenever I think of the color emerald, I think of a kind of royalty. So I want to say for you, Libra, that there's a kind of a spiritual royalty that your guides are acknowledging with you right now. There's an elevation, right? There's it's this heart shape is floating off the hand. There's an elevation, a levitation. So that would translate something to me that looks like kind of jumping into a different version of yourself. So I'm going to get 8 cards for this reading. 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards for clarifier. And we shall see what we can see for Libra. For Libra, please. Thank you. Wow. It's pretty beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. Love to see it. 3 major arcanas. Let's start with the past energy. You got the Hierophant, number 5 in the major arcana. Taurus energy. And its counterpart is the Phoenix. These are all beautiful decks by James Eads, and he just combined some of his imagery together. Let's talk about the Hierophant for one moment. The fact that it's represented by a 5, I like to joke about this, but I don't know. I mean, it's been 3 or 4 years now that I've been joking about it, so clearly it's here to stay. But the 5s talk about transition. We can't go through any period of our lives without there being one moment or many moments of limbo or uncertainty. And I think that in the past energy, you may have been questioning 1 or 2 things regarding the spiritual realm. The Hierophant represents the Pope of the Tarot. It's this person or this thing, this text, this document, standards that kind of act as a liaison between the material world and the spiritual world. So if it's a pope, an imam, a priest, a shaman, a life coach of some kind, whoever this person is, there's somebody that you respect. There's somebody that has been a great teacher to you. And, you know, you could have gone to them with some questions. You can see here, there's 2 fingers pointed towards the sky, and then there's kind of an arm crossed. It's kind of like this motion. And so you could have approached a person like this, or picked up a book, a text, a sacred text, and asked yourself questions about rebirth, revitalization, elevation. Right? I was talking about elevating here. And what does the Phoenix do? It rises from the ashes. So I see a lot of spiritual work in your past energy, and it's really confirmed with the Queen of Swords. The Dreamer is the counterpart. Queen of Swords is Libra energy for me, and it talks about somebody who has a lot of discernment, a lot of contemplation, and takes great care into how they look at information that is being provided to them. Right? The suit of the swords is your suit. It's air energy, and it talks about acting with the mind space, right? And as opposed to a water sign that acts with the heart space first. It's not to say that you won't act with the heart space. It's just that your default is the mind space. And with the Dreamer here, I want to make sure that I point out to you this character is levitating off the ground. Again, there's that theme of levitation. So it's almost like you're taking the information that you've harnessed, you've captured in a sense, and then you're using it to, what I see is, explore the higher realms. And the Spirit is actually showing me something that happened to me the other night when I was kind of sort of astral projecting. I say sort of because I haven't mastered that yet. So when I can feel when I enter into theta wave activity, I can feel it now. I can identify that. And the other night I started to sense a lot of portals being presented in front of me. Lots of portals from which I could, it's almost as if there were triangles and they were coming at you one by one by one, right? It was like that, but towards me. And I was going through each one wondering, okay, it's like, what's behind door number 1? What's behind door number 2? And I almost see you looking at that energy, but it may have caused a little bit of frustration because sometimes work like this, a person that works in the rational realm, not to say you can't be the dreamer, right? Because of course you can and have your imagination, but we can't always take the scientific approach, I guess. Spirit wants me to bring this up, that things that seem close to magic, they're not always going to fall in line with how we need to rationalize things for ourselves. So I don't know that I would have been able to pass through all of those portals if I had stopped to think about, okay, what brainwave state am I in right now? And how is this all making sense? And, how is it that my physical body is not moving through, but my etheric body, like, if you just start to talk, you almost talk yourself out of it. And there could be that could be why you're consulting and doing research, reading, in how this process of elevation works. I'm going to ask for a clarifier on those. The past energy for Libra, thank you, Spirit. I can't. It's absolutely stunning. Ace of Swords, Epiphany. Whatever it is that you were questioning, you found some answers. And I feel like you're pretty satisfied with what you've discovered so far. Spirit is really working in tandem with you to provide this clarity. You're ready, they just said. Spirit just said you're ready to explore these depths, which, look, I mean, the message at the top of the hour, cautious heart, there could be a little bit of trepidation, because just because you see the path doesn't mean that we're necessarily ready to walk it, right? So in the past energy, I just see a lot of I just see a lot of thinking, not necessarily doing, and that's fine because we have to get our bearings, but I see you doing a lot of scheming, a lot of planning, a lot of thinking about how you're going to make quantum leaps. Because maybe in the past you've tried to do that and it backfired on you. Because I'm reading the cautious heart, have enough wisdom to get back up. Well, they wouldn't give me that message unless there was a point in which you were down, where you fell down. So that's why I wanted to acknowledge that maybe you've just recovered from that process of exploring something with a lot of gusto, and then kind of things maybe falling flat, or not turning out the way that you expected them to. And so there's a little bit of trepidation in the past energy where you're just asking questions and just inquiring minds want to know. So what's going on in the present energy? Lots of fire. 10 of Embers, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands talks about this sense of heaviness, of carrying a load, of being bogged down or burdened by this thicket of experience, right? That it could all feel like it's coming at you all at the same time. This weight that you've had to carry. But when the 10 of Wands is in the upright, it suggests that we're going to move past it now. Go back to the Ace of Wands, just like we went to the Ace of Swords in the past. You're on this beautiful brink of the Ace of Wands where it's a brand new sense of wonder, a brand new, it's like you got your second wind, Spirit wants. And just as I said that, a bumblebee tapped on my window. It makes me think of, there's a reader that I love that I'm sure I've mentioned many, many times, San Tarot. She is absolutely the best of the best. You should watch her if you like very conceptual readings. I don't know her, but I owe her a lot. She's really inspiring. When she talks about, when bees, and obviously bees are relevant to me, my name is Honey, so anytime I see a bee or bee imagery, it's like my ears perk up. But whenever she talks about the bees in her reading, she refers to them as kind of quantum jumpers, like they vibrate at such a high healing frequency that when they disappear for a while, it's as if they jumped into another timeline and came back. And I'll take it one step further, which is to say this idea of maybe cross-pollination, that the entity of the bees, if they were jumping timelines, that they would find the sweet nectar in another timeline and jump back to this one in order to infuse this timeline with healing, right? Sands never said that, but I'm sure she would be okay if I took her reading of the bees one step further. So it's this idea that the bees would come back into this timeline and heal with what they've learned in other places. There's a reason why Spirit wants me to talk about this, right? Because if you're doing this very, very high spiritual work, because that's exactly what this is not for the faint of heart. You know, people that are just asking a few questions here and there about the meaning of life. It's like I'm actively trying to elevate consciousness. If you are doing that, then perhaps a part of you is taking what you know from different sources, you know, gathering it up all on your back in order to take it somewhere and release it and allow it to serve its purpose. Because it's clarified by the Page of Wands and the Wanderer. Page of Wands and the Wanderer. Page of Wands talks about taking that, thank you, Spirit, a step forward into the exciting, the unknown, the great adventure, not being afraid of it, not knowing everything, right? Just like those portals that were coming towards me, I was stepping through, but I didn't know what was on the other side. I had to trust. I don't know that I really had a choice, because I was kind of in the astral, and it's crazy up there. Anyway, but it's clarified by the Wanderer. So this idea of true exploration, I mean, this depiction of the Wanderer, it's like in flux. Like they're a person that is you can see, right? Like all of their feet, like it's an after effect. Like you can see this character is in motion. Like you can't be pinned down, right? You can't be pinned down. He asked for a clarifier on that. Present energy. Two cards here. Ace of Cups in reverse, Ten of Pentacles. Ace of Cups would talk about a new beginning in love, an exploration of the heart space that has to do with your happiness. Ten of Pentacles is great achievement, abundance, solid family life, stability. It's in reverse. This is, I see this Ten of Pentacles clarifying this Ace of Cups. So it's like, what are we in search of as the wanderer? What are we trying to step towards? It's like our new home, our new abundance. Yeah, but it's difficult. It's hard for you to receive that at this time. I don't know why. You know, maybe because you're still in this process of letting go. With the future potential. The Hermit, Virgo energy, number 9. And its clarifier is the cosmic tree. Hermit energy talks about a kind of solitude. We're taking ourselves out of a sense of civilized society, and we're going within to, you know, ask those hard questions, those deep questions that have been permeating your reading, right? What is the meaning of life? What is my place in the cosmic universe? Am I a star seed? I just heard somebody say, am I a star seed? Where on this tree do I belong? How are we all connected? These are the questions you ask in hermit mode. The hermit energy is when we go through our dark night of the soul, when we have this great reckoning, when we have an ego death, and this idea that we are separate from the universe, when in fact we're even more intricately connected than we have a comprehension of. 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Trees. This is a card of hard work, diligence, investment. This is a very spiritual reading. So anybody that was coming to for another reason, I mean, it's all wrapped up in everything, right? Like when we are solid and steady in our spiritual path, then our abundance flows, right? Our financial abundance, our success in the world, which is not just financial, but our success in the world is based on, you know, how we follow our true calling, whatever that calling may be. And it's so varied for everyone. You know, some people are just, I don't know why, but Spirit wanted me to say some people are just meant to raise children. And some people are not. But I don't know why I had to say that. The Spirit was showing it to me very specifically. You know, what's the legacy that you leave with your investment? Whatever that is. Maybe your child is a project, a lifelong magnum opus that helps to put purpose to your everyday. Right? For me, it's reading tarot. For all of you, that puts purpose. It's my true calling. It really is. And I'm so thankful that I get to do this. and that somebody watches. I don't know. I'm so grateful for it. Right? But I had to figure that out in Hermit energy, and so I can see that for you as well. It's really, really beautiful. You're really serious, right? With that Eight of Pentacles, you're serious about all of this. You're asking those hard questions. You don't want to be blinded to it anymore. Like the Matrix, right? Knight of Pentacles. There's going to be somebody that's going to come in and help you understand this. Knights bring messages, quick and fast action. That's what the Knights are all about. And there's somebody here that wants to offer you some tidbit of wisdom that will be very helpful to you. Very, very helpful. That's exciting. Somebody outside of you. Could be divine masculine. Divine masculine energy. I feel like Spirit wanted me to say you'll know it when you hear it. So if you're having a conversation with somebody and somebody says something profound, right in that moment, you'll know it's Spirit speaking through them. Does that ever happen to you? It's happened to me many times. Many times. It's almost like that person just like turns into Spirit for a split second. They are Spirit, of course, but you know what I mean. What is the advice? Page of Pentacles, the Pathfinder. Keep investing, keep growing, keep asking questions. The path will reveal itself. That's what this card is telling me. It's really, you know, there's a lot of novice energy in your reading as well. A lot of wisdom and a lot of amateur energy. And that's quite all right, because we have to start somewhere. And what it's so beautifully clarified by is the Empress and the Peacock energy. Major Arcana number 3, Taurus and Libra. Taurus and Libra energy. So you should open your own reading. Not with the Justice card, but the Empress is my favorite card in the deck. Doors opening, right? Beauty abounds. And guess what? There's that levitation. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? This, though, just look at her body language. It's all about surrender. Surrendering to it. Surrendering to the beauty of life, to the mystery. Understanding when there's an open door in front of you to walk through it. To work with your guides, to work with the material world, the natural world around you. Commune with nature. Really commune with nature. That's going to open the door for you, I think. I feel that. I feel like walking a path in the woods. Really understanding, clearing your mind. Her dress, it's hard to tell, but her dress is made out of leaves. So it's almost as if like she's just becoming one with her surroundings. Beautiful, divine, feminine energy. Just going to get one clarifier on that for Spirit's advice. 2, wow, look at that. Ten of Wands in reverse. 5 of Wands in reverse. Here's the 10 of Wands. This one was in the upright. Remember I was talking about burden? This is a word of caution. Now, Spirits, you were feeling cautious, and now Spirit is giving you a word of caution. The advice from Spirit is you're doing so well to release this burden from you, this heavy weight of everything that you've experienced, right? So if you're truly entering into a new spiritual awakening for yourself, what is required is undoing a lot of learned behavior, a lot of preconceived notions about your identity and the world around you. it's a huge release that you have to do when you go through that spiritual epiphany. And Spirit's going to say you're going to be tested. Five of Wands in reverse is, you know, that suggestion of like, don't get it twisted in your head. Don't allow there to be so much chaos and conflict in your mind that you fail to move, you fail to proceed with what it is that you intended, because things are holding you back, right? And part of that could be fear, like you know that you're about to step into a new realm, and like right at the last second you freak out, and Spirit's saying, you got this, you're the Empress, allow it to unfold. You don't have to force the issue, just allow it to unfold. That's a beautiful reading, Libra. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Libra.